Good morning, grade 6. Good morning. Welcome to the STEM Lockdown Digital School and welcome to your grade 6 English FAL lesson. So today we're going to have a listening and speaking lesson. I hope you can all hear me. So I'm Teacher Fiona, your grade 6 English FAL teacher. Hello there. So today is a listening and speaking lesson, and are you all ready to share things that we're going to share now and again? So what are we going to do today? We're going to be still working from week 7 and 8 of CAP's curriculum for listening and speaking, and our topic is keeping healthy. So we're going to start off with we're going to start off with a discussion on what we read about the coronavirus yesterday, remember? And we're going to practice asking and answering questions. We're going to find out how to create and carry out a survey. That's the main part of our lesson today, surveys. And we're going to find out how to give directions on a map. We're also going to read a poem and try and add a few lines to the poem. And we'll also find out how to give an opinion, and then you'll give some opinions on certain questions. And then I'm going to ask you to give some instructions on how to play a particular board game. So there's our program for today. Quite busy time, right? So let's just go over yesterday's discussion. Now, our topic this week is about keeping ourselves healthy. And do you remember yesterday we had a reading lesson? We read information text and it was divided into headings. So I'm going to show you the headings now. And then I want to you to think of what we, just give a very brief summary of what that was about. Who would like to be the brave person that answers these questions? So for example, the headings are something like this. There are the 6 headings. But I want to ask some brave person to answer these questions. So I see Michelle's raised her hand. Shall we see what Michelle says?
Michelle, you're up.
Yes.
Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. So you're going to do some summarizing for us, Michelle? Great. So this one, what is a coronavirus?
It's a disease that came last in 2019. It spread to South Africa very quickly with little droplets.
Okay, good. How did the outbreak start?
I think it started in China.
It started in China, in a meat market in China. Okay, good. How is it spread?
It is spread of little droplets. When you cough, and someone is close to you with close contact, that someone can get those droplets.
Right. Okay, good. And then is it dangerous?
Yeah, it is dangerous for kids because coronavirus gets to kids very quickly, the adults.
Yes, mainly to adults and only a few kids, right? And what are the known symptoms? How do you know if you've got that condition, disease?
When you have high fever.
Right, high fever.
When it's difficult to breathe
Right.
and you
Okay.
feel weak sometimes. Or sometimes
Okay,
you
good.
feel weak.
Okay, great. And then the last question is, what can we do to keep safe?
Stay home. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, mouth. Wash your
Okay,
hands for
good.
20 seconds with soap or sanitizer.
Right, very good, very good. Thank you very much for answering. That's awesome. Well done for being brave like that. That's awesome. Okay, now, usually we have we usually do listening and speaking on a Monday and reading on a Tuesday, but this week I changed it around because all the things that we are doing today are based on what we read yesterday. So that's why I'm doing it around. And then also what I wanted to say was I had an email from Nduvu, and she was telling me that the Flipgrid wasn't working. So I went and had a look, and she was quite right. It's completely disappeared. I don't know what's happened. It's completely disappeared. So I will have to create a new Flipgrid. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, so there we reviewed yesterday's discussion. Well done. Now, it's important for us to do that in order to do the rest of today's lesson, and you'll see in a moment. But let's just practice something before we go on to our survey. We've done this kind of thing before, asking questions. Questions are such an important part of language, and asking the right questions is always important. So let's just practice asking questions about our reading yesterday. Okay, so we were reading about the coronavirus, if you weren't at the lesson yesterday, and most of the information came from a website called National Geographic Kids. Anyway, do you remember our 5 was and aha? Who can say them with me? What, when, where, why, and the last one is how. I noticed that they've left which off that list. Which is that? But anyway, I would like you to create some questions starting with those words, and then I'm going to ask somebody brave to tell me their questions. Okay. Right. So see if you can make up 4 questions with each starting with a different question word. I'll give you some time to do that. Okay. Who should we choose to ask our question words? So I'm going to let Candy choose.
Ma'am, Michael?
Yeah.
Michael
Okay.
Lone Wolf.
Michael.
Okay.
Hello, Michael.
Ma'am, I'm gonna start with who. Who is that boy?
No. Wait. We're talking about yesterday's reading. So your questions have to be about yesterday's reading, about the coronavirus. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
It's not, all right. So who
got the
what would you say?
coronavirus?
All right. Okay, good.
What is the coronavirus?
Okay, good.
When did it start?
When did it start? Good.
Where did it start?
That's very good. Okay, we'll just do the 4. Just do the 4 questions. Well done, Michael. That was good contribution. We'll have one more person asking questions. Who will that be?
JD?
JD?
It was a mistake.
A mistake, okay. Anyone else?
Why did it start?
Good.
And how
Who's
is
speaking?
it spread? Shakira.
Who's Shakira? Shakira. Thank you, Shakira. Say, why did it? Yes.
Why did it start? And how is it
Yes.
spread?
How did it spread? Good. Want to do two more?
Who has the coronavirus?
Okay.
And where did it originate from?
Where did it originate from? Excellent. You're all very good at asking questions. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to just show you my examples, and then we'll go on. Who is most likely to get ill with COVID-19? What are 4 of the symptoms for COVID-19? Where did COVID-19 originate or start? And how can we keep ourselves safe from this virus? Okay, good. So you're all good at your asking your questions. Okay, very nice. So that brings us to today's topic, which is how to create a survey. Have you ever done surveys at school? Have you ever had to do something like that in class, where you had to create a questionnaire and do a survey and then try and work out the results? Anybody done one of those in class? Right? Anyone? Okay. So if you haven't done a survey before, Michelle, what do you want to tell us about it? What you did? Hello, Michelle. Hello.
Ma'am, I'm struggling to unmute Michelle. Let's unmute Treasure.
Okay, Treasure.
Treasure, you're up. She has muted the.
Okay. All right, then I will just go on. So when you create a survey, Adriel, okay, let's hear what Adriel says. Adriel? Okay.
I'll go
on then.
Share their answers.
Pardon?
No one wants to share their answers this morning.
Okay. Okay, we'll just go on then. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you conduct a survey. First of all, I'm going to give you all the how to do it, and then we're going to do it step by step. And then I've given you a survey to do for your homework. All right. You should have got the homework on the website, maybe. So when you have a survey, you want to find out what other people think about a certain topic, to find out their opinions. So the first step is you create the survey, and you do that by thinking of questions, and then you provide a rating scale in the form of points for answering them. What's going on in the... Okay. Then for step 2, you gather the data and you interview a sample of people, and you get their opinions and you record their answers. Then in step 3, you add up all the numbers. And step 4, you interpret the data and you draw a chart or a graph. And step 5, you write a short report. Okay, so if you all got that, take a good look. You all got that? Right. So we're going to create a survey today. It would be really good if you were able to create a survey amongst your classmates to see how good they are at keeping themselves safe from COVID-19. But of course, you can't do that. So I'm going to ask you for homework to do it with your family. Okay, but I'm going to show you now how to go about it. So we're going to create a survey. So first of all, Our topic is, how do you keep yourself safe from the coronavirus? The first thing you have to do is to draw a chart like this with 3 parts to it: questions, and then you've got to think of 6 questions that you want to ask people. Then this is where you're going to write their responses. And then there's the rating scale. So the rating scale goes, so every question that you ask has to have one of these answers. I never do this, a 1. I sometimes do this, a 2. I usually do this, gets 3, and I do this all the time, gets 4. Okay. So I have thought of 6 questions here, but you might think of a different 6 questions. Number 1, do you keep to social distancing? And then the person would answer with either the 1, 2, 3, or the 4. Do you wash your hands regularly? Do you wear a mask outside the home? Do you avoid touching your face? Do you use hand sanitizer when you're at the shops? Do you cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze or cough? And I see some people are already answering that with either a 1, 2, a 3, or a 4. Good. So now if I was carrying out the survey, I would choose, say, 6 people or 4 people or whatever. You can't ask everybody. And then I would write their answers in that middle box that says rating. So say I've asked 6 of you, and these are your answers. Do you keep to social distancing? And some answered 3, some answered 4, some answered 1. Do you wash your hands regularly? Do you wear a mask outside of the home? Do you avoid touching your face? Do you use hand sanitizer when you're at the shops? Do you cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze or cough? But let us, who would like to answer those questions for me now? And I'll ask the question and then you give the answer 1 to 4. Who would like to do that? Just to practice. Who shall we choose, Heidi?
Miss.
Hello, who's that?
Shakira, Miss.
Shakira. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you keep to social distancing? So you answer with a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
3.
Good. Do you wash your hands regularly?
4.
Do you wear a mask outside of the home?
4.
Do you avoid touching your face?
2.
Do you use hand sanitizer when you're at the shops?
4.
Do you cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze or cough?
4.
Excellent. Thank you. I'm clapping. I'm clapping. Awesome. Right.
Thank
Can you all help me count count those numbers? So just write it in the chat box. Number 1, do you keep to social distancing? If you add all those numbers up, what do you get? A 3 plus a 4 plus a 4 plus a 1 plus a 2 plus a 3. What do you get? I get 17. Do you? Right. The second one. Do you wash your hands regularly? What do you get? 12. Third one. Do you wear a mask outside of the home? If you add those up, what do you get? 12. Good. Number 4, do you avoid touching your face? What do you get? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I haven't seen the right answer yet. 8, good. Do you use hand sanitizer when you're at the shops? What answer do you get? 21. And the last one, do you cover your nose and mouth when you sneeze or cough? 16. Good, well done. So there, I've done my questionnaire. I've made the questions. I've asked 6 people. They've given their answers. Now, if you look at it like that, it doesn't really make a lot of sense yet, does it? So, and now I've added up the answers, but it still doesn't actually make a lot of sense. I need to now go to step 4, which is interpret the data. And the best way to do this is to use a graph. So we're going to use a bar graph like that. So down the left-hand side, I've worked out that if all 6 people had to use a 4, you'd get 24. So I've made it go to 24 down the left-hand side. And then I have I've put the questions down the bottom. And then I'm recording the results. So for the social distancing, it was 17 people. For washing the hands, it came to 12. For wearing a mask, 12. For touching face, 8. For hand sanitizer, it was 19, I think. Should have been 21. So yes, 21, that's right. And for sneezing and coughing into a tissue or your elbow, it is 14. So you can see that that graph helps us to see, it gives us a better picture. Who would like to, if you had to give a short report on this of about 3 sentences, how would you do it? Who would like to give a report from this graph? Anybody want to raise their hands and say, this graph shows us that most people are quite good at this and most people are not good at that, and my conclusion is, right, Michelle's got a raised hand.
Michelle?
This background shows us that other people listen, other people don't. Which persons listen and which don't listen?
So say that again. Say that again. What does it show?
It shows us that other people listen and others don't listen.
Okay, okay. All right, so let's look. Thank you very much, Michelle. If I look in the chat box, most people use hand sanitizer to go to the shops. The least amount of people avoid, people are not very good about not touching their faces, right? But when they go to the shops, the shops usually give you hand sanitizer, so they're good at that. And you could come to a conclusion and say, I think, give an opinion, whatever your opinion is. So let's see what we would do for a report. You'd say something like this. This is what I found. I found that my group's weakest area is keeping their hands from their face. Their strongest area is that they use hand sanitizer at the mall. This is probably because the shops put hand sanitizer on your hands when you go in. And then the group is also good at social distancing. I suggest that we all, so this is your conclusion, I suggest that we should all ask ourselves questions like this every day to make sure we get 4 out of 4 every time. Right, do you get it? Do you understand now how the whole survey thing works? Okay, so we can go on now. Just trying to look at the time to keep a track on the time. All right, so I've given you a survey to do with your family where you're going to make your own questions and find out what they say. Okay, Well, that's our survey for today. Now we're going to just do something on giving and following directions. Here is a map. And you can see there's two children on this map. There is Becky at the bottom and Susan at the top. So just look at this map for a short while I play some music, and then I'm going to ask somebody brave to answer some questions about the map. Okay. Okay, who's ready to answer some questions about this map? Remember that when we work with maps, we can say left, right, straight, or we can say west, east, north, south. Okay.
JD, ma'am.
Right, JD?
Ma'am?
Hello,
Yes, ma'am.
JD. You ready to answer some questions? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
First question. Let me just get it. When Becky walks into the street, the something and the something is on his left. What would you say?
The church.
He's at the bottom, and there's the street just in front of him.
Oh.
So
on
what's
the
on his left? There's two things on his left.
The school and the teacher's house.
Excellent. Right. Okay. The second question. The teacher lives in a house with a something wall.
Pink.
Good. Pink wall. Good. When Becky leaves the school, he turns left. He then turns which way to go to the post office? So I've hidden the post office, but it's right at the top there.
Right.
Do you think he turns right? So think of it, he's coming out of the school, and then he turns left, and he goes along this road to his house. Which way does he turn to go to the post office?
Right, I think.
Wouldn't you say left? He turns left again. Pretend you're Becky coming out of the school. You'll turn left, and then you'll turn left, I think. What do you think?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go on. When Susan, I put Sarah by mistake. When Susan wants to visit Becky, what does she have to do? Tell us how she gets to Becky's house.
She can go left, then right,
Yes.
and then right again.
Right again. Good. Tell me how she would do it if you were using north, south, west, and east.
She would go west, and then she'll go south, then she'll go east.
Excellent. Excellent. Good. There you go. There's a watermelon for you. Well done, JD. Well done. Okay, let's go on. Now, here's our poem. Okay, do you like poems? You like poems? Okay, this is a very short poem. It's called Time to Rise by Robert Louis Stevenson. It's an old poem, but it's still very famous. Okay, I think I'd like somebody to read this for me. Who would like to read it? Who would like to read it?
Can you
Okay.
see it, ma'am? Can you see it?
Okay. Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
this is Molly.
Hello. Nice to have you talking.
Yes, ma'am. Can I please read the poem?
Yes.
A birdie with a yellow bill hopped
Good.
upon the windowsill. He cocked his shiny eye and said, "Aren't you ashamed, you sleepyhead?"
Right. Very good. Well done. That's lovely. Okay. So you can see some old-fashioned language there. A birdie with a yellow bill, meaning a beak, hopped upon the windowsill. He cocked his shining eye and said, "Aren't you ashamed, you sleepyhead?" Can you see a rhyming pattern there? A rhyming pattern. Every second line rhymes with the line before? Bill, sill, said, head. Now I want to know if somebody could make up 2 more lines that have that same kind of rhyming pattern. 2 lines that rhyme. Can anyone do that? Who'd like to put up their hands and add on 2 lines that rhyme with each other? Okay. Who should we have, Katie?
I don't see any new hands, so let's try, is it Michelle?
Right, Michelle?
Michael, sorry ma'am.
Michael? Michael.
Okay, Michael is not wanting to answer us.
Maybe Shakira. Let's see what Shakira does.
Yes, Shakira, you're up.
You've been in bed the whole day. You should come outside and play.
Oh, that's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? You've been in bed the whole day. You should come outside and play. That's excellent. I'll show you my example. The little boy got out of bed. You're much too early, little bird, he said. Would anybody like to add another 2 lines about a little girl? Who'd like to add? Okay, Trisha. Trisha? Or who should we have, Katie? Anyone? Hello?
Michelle, you're up.
Girl across. A little girl across, lazy to do anything.
Yes. And can you make something rhyme with that? So the little bird started to sing, you could say, something like that.
A
Something
little
that
girl
rhymes with this.
across the street, very lazy to do anything.
Okay, good, good. We'll have one more person.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, and you? What are you going to say?
Ma'am,
What are your 2 lines?
a little girl went in the shower and stayed in there for about an hour.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I like that. That's lovely. Okay, so I'll just add on my one. A little girl put her hands on her ears. Go away, birdie, or I'll burst into tears. Okay, so we have one more person sharing something, and then we'll go on.
Ma'am, we've got a lovely one in the chat from Shakira. A little girl knocked on his door. Why don't you like to come outside anymore?
Oh, isn't that lovely? I love it. Sure. This class knows how to write lovely poems. Okay, very nice. Thank you, Shakira. Okay, no more hands raised, so shall we go on? Trisha, before we, okay?
Trisha, darling, I cannot seem to get you unmuted. I'm not sure what the problem is. There you are.
Ma'am,
Hello.
a little girl felt so lazy because she felt lazy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, let's go on. Well done, everybody. Well done. Now, this is the last thing that we'll be doing today. Our main task has been to do a survey, and in the end, when you do your report, you give an opinion about the survey. So we're going to just go on to how to give an opinion. Okay. So when you give your opinion about something, you can start with these words. I think, I believe, I'm of the opinion that, my opinion is, I feel, I would say. And politicians are very good at giving opinions. You have to know how to give an opinion if you're a politician. And people who debate and that kind of thing. And then afterwards you give reasons for your opinion. So who would like to give an opinion? I've got 4 things here to give an opinion on, but I'll have 4 different persons. So who would like to give an opinion about the future of COVID-19? Just your opinion. And you'll start with one of those words, I think, I believe, and then you give your reasons. Who would like to do that? Someone? Who should we choose?
Ma'am,
Hello, who's that?
it's Molly.
Molly. Hello, Molly. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Molly.
I think I believe that children will go to school at level 2 because of this COVID-19 is unsafe because of children are weak and we can't have the COVID-19 because of we must still graduate and do our matric.
Good. Okay, that's very good. Good opinion. Thank you. Here's another thing to give an opinion on. And Molly touched on it. Maybe somebody else would like to do it. Give an opinion about whether children should go back to school soon. Who'd like to give an opinion on that? Any
Michelle,
opinion?
Michelle,
I believe
you're
that
up.
yes.
Okay.
I believe
Hello.
that in future schools will open
Okay, give your reasons.
because we as South Africans are stronger together.
Ah, I like that. Okay, good. Very good. And Shakira wants to say something.
Ma'am,
Hello.
I believe that if we send children back to school, that more people will get the coronavirus because we can carry it without even knowing and pass it on to the teachers and they can pass it on to their families and so on.
Okay, that's a good opinion. Thank you very much and well said. Okay, let's go into a third one. Give an opinion about playing board games at home. Do you play board games at home? Give an opinion about that. Anyone?
Ma'am, it's Molly.
Hello.
My opinion is board games in this lockdown, board games make you feel unstressed because of we are stuck in one place and we can't go anywhere. If you go, if you get caught without wearing a mask, if you don't have it, yeah, you have a problem.
Okay, so you think playing board games at home is nice, or do you think it's stressful?
It's making you don't have stress.
Okay, takes away your stress. Good, yes, good. It's something nice and fun to do. Good. And the last one is give an opinion about online learning. Who'd like to give an opinion about online learning? Anyone? Right, let's hear your opinion. Who should we have? Anyone?
Michelle, ma'am.
Okay.
I believe that online learning is very good for children while it's locked down.
Because?
Because children could learn while on lockdown.
Very good. Well done. That's a good opinion. And I see Adele's written something. She's written some opinion. Yes.
Adele has written, I think it shall be tough as the economy is bad now and it will probably be worse in the future. and there is not a lot of people around you, and suicide rates will skyrocket.
Okay, that's an interesting opinion. Thank you, Adele. And Melody says, I think online learning is good because we can interact with other children and teachers. And it's good to interact because I'm slowly getting to know your names from the ones that answer and write in the chat box. So you're right. Right, I think it's actually time for us to stop now. Been very nice hearing from all of you, but I think we have to go on. Do you want to quickly say what you wanted to say? Can you see Lee?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
It's Molly, but I recognize it.
That's right, Molly. That's right.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. I would like to say that online learning is the best because of during this lockdown you can't, if you sit only you impaired, the things that you learned at school will no more be there in your mind. So if you learn online learning, it will remain there, and then when you go back to school you will pass with flying colors.
Very good. So you won't forget anything because you're keeping on learning. Very good. Isn't it wonderful that we can have the internet, right? Okay. Now we're not going to do this one because there is no time. So I'm going to just quickly squeeze on to the end of our takeaway message. So today you did the following. You worked from week 7 and 8 of the CAPS curriculum, and you found out more about keeping healthy. You carried out a discussion on what we read about the coronavirus. You asked and answered questions. You found out how to create and carry out a survey. You found out how to give directions on a map. And you added to a poem. You gave an opinion, and you didn't do the last one. Some people are asking for my email in case you want to send something. So I'm going to give you this one. It's FIBEAL, FIBEAL, because I'll keep that one for answers from you guys, and FIBEAL@gmail.com. I should have written that somewhere. FIBEAL, FIBEAL @gmail.com. Now, I did give you homework, so I hope that you will do your homework. And tomorrow, yes, so try out some of these activities. Try and do the survey at home, and then you can tell us about it. Also, practice your reading, practice giving an opinion. And if you want to read more about the coronavirus for kids, you can go to the National Geographic Kids website. And I hope to see you tomorrow. So tomorrow is a language lesson, and in one of the 3 days that's left, we'll be doing a Kahoot lesson, but I won't tell you when. And sorry, that FIBEAL is spelled wrong there. That's Khadi. It's FIBEAL, FIBEAL @gmail. Not the way it's written there, that's wrong. FIBEAL @gmail.com. Okay. FIBEAL. Okay, I should have actually, no, that's still, it's not right. It's FIBEAL. Okay. In tomorrow's lesson, I'll write it on the screen because it is.
Sorry, ma'am.
FIBEAL. FIBEAL. Okay, there it is. Can you see got it right? But remember, no spaces. Can you see no spaces? Okay, everybody, goodbye, and thank you for joining us today and participating. It was lovely to see you. Bye.